Well, after Delhi, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, another liquor scam is unfolding, and this time in Tamil Nadu, alleged 1,000 crore liquor scam. 1,000 crore rupee liquor scam in the state has the DMK government on its feet and the opposition BJP on a war path. But the political face-off witnessed a fresh twist following the ED that is expanding its investigation into alleged financial misdeeds at TASMAC, the Tamil Nadu state-run liquor monopoly. The ED has uncovered a series of alarming findings on its ongoing investigation. As part of its ongoing investigation into the TASMAC, the probe points to widespread corruption, manipulation of tender processes and financial misconduct within the state-run liquor monopoly. First charge is transport tender allocations manipulated. Second charge is requisite demand draft not obtained by the final bidder. Third charge, mismatch between KYC details of applicant and DD. Over 100 crore paid annually to transporters is the fourth charge, and the fifth charge is bribe taken for allotment of bar licenses. Charge number 6, 20 crore transfer to DMK MP's company under the pretext of marketing expense. Charge 7, tender conditions for bar license manipulated. Charge 8, kickbacks paid to TASMAC officials for larger orders. Charge 9, TASMAC officials manipulated staff transfers and postings. And the 10th charge, applicants without GST PAN numbers allotted tenders. And there's more. There's more. What's now being unearthed is a complex web of illicit activities. At the heart of the scandalized TASMAC, a behemoth of 38 district offices, 5 regional offices and a staggering 60,000 crore turnover. Top ED sources revealing to CNN News 18 via Group Editor Investigations and Security Affairs Manoj Kumar Gupta that there are 4,829 TASMAC outlets, and they have uncovered glaring discrepancies in transportation tenders. Evidence suggests that consignments meant for retail outlets were diverted with powerful figures linked to the scheme. Another layer of investigation focuses on 11 distilleries and 6 breweries suspected of operating as family-run enterprises colluding with TASMAC officials and influential individuals. The ED alleges that these distilleries inflate bottle prices and receive cash kickbacks, evading taxes by manipulating e-way bills. A distillery owner was caught with 40 lakh rupees of unaccounted cash, admitted to receiving funds from a bottling plant owner, further solidifying the ED's suspicions. The third layer of investigations will be people who are involved in taking extra money in form of bribes from bars on every bottle and deciding wine at the counter. And also, the extension may include more officials, deeper financial audits and international money trails. Though details are not yet public, the investigation news is only getting tighter. Let's go across to our guest, Kalyan Raman, leader of the BJP, and Ramasubramaniam, political analyst. Mr. Ramasubramaniam and Kalyan Ramanji, Namaste, Jai Bharat. Now, Mr. Ramasubramanian, how would you respond to this? This is looking like far, far bigger than what Arvind Kejriwal got caught in.
Good evening to everyone. You have listed out 9 charges in respect of this TASMAC scam. But you have not mentioned the period during which this has happened. FIRs have been filed and based on the FIR, action has been initiated by TASMAC. So from the papers which have published about the news is that it is a matter taking place between 2016 and 2021. 2016 was Madam Jayalalitha's period, and 2007 to 2021 is Mr. EPS period. Therefore, how can you blame the present government? It is absolutely improper on the part of anybody to charge the DMK government in respect of the so-called scam. The second point, I would like to make it very clear and candid that all these things are happening, because of the fear of BJP in respect of 2 issues. One is the delimitation issue, which has become a national issue, and now many leaders of the nation are talking about delimitation problems. And secondly, the 3-language formula, which is being imposed on Tamil Nadu, that is being opposed tooth and nail in Tamil Nadu. So to cover all these issues, the government, central government, through the ED, is giving a news that some 1,000 crore scam has taken place. So all this, I just want to mention that transfer you have mentioned about, transfer of something like
Yeah.
2,000 and 2,157 employees. These are all routine matters. These are all done through counseling. So on the basis of the request of the employees, on the basis of exigencies, these are all bound to happen every year. And how can you say that this is a scam? Second point, transport and all that, it is claimed by ED that there is no KYC and all that, but it is very clearly reported by Mr. Sendil Balaji, the minister, that the KYC norms have been fully observed and there is no hanky-panky in respect of this. These are all some of the issues, whatever has happened during 2016 and 2021, how can you blame the present DMK government? It is, I think it is out of jealousy that DMK is growing. Let me make it very clear, I am not a DMK political personality. I am just a political observer only. So to tarnish the image of DMK, these news are being spread, and this is not going to carry conviction with the people of Tamil Nadu. And like any other scam that was reported, in 2011 and all regarding 2G, that was a very huge issue that was talked about, that had a national impact also, and that had really affected.
Sir, it's a debate, sir, so you'll have to yield because the other person can also speak. Yes, Mr. Please. Thank you. Mr. Kalyan Raman.
First of all, I think he is trying to defend the indefensible by saying that the period was 2016 to 21, and then based on the FIRs of that period, there was a raid, and then the subsequent findings cannot be corroborated with the DMK stand. This is what he is trying to convey. But conveniently he forgot, or maybe he is ignorant, that whether it is between 2016 to 21 or not, the ED requires only an FIR to make an entry into the team, and whatever they find can be cut off the current period. He is a qualified lawyer, which I know of, but then I don't know how he is feigning such an ignorance. This is the first point. Number two is that the points, all the 10 points that were related, the scam, as I personally see, is to the tune of 2 lakh crores, which is surpassing the whole scam itself. The reason being that there are 5 headings under which the scam has actually taken place. Number one is that there black marketed almost an equivalent volume of the number of bottles sent out for sale. That means if 100 bottles are going in as part of TASMAC, another 100 bottles are black marketed, for which there is a VAT component, there is a excise duty component, there is a margin of TASMAC, there is bar expenses for which the DMK guys were making money by running illegal bars. There is another heading which I have just jotted down, that there was overpricing of anything between 10 to 50 rupees. There are 5 headings under which these monies were looted. Now look at the figure. 45,000 crores that is being mentioned as the revenue for government is not TASMAC revenue. It is just a turnover. 60,000 crore turnover, 45,000 revenue for the government. That means it is only VAT and excise duty component. Means there is a margin of 15,000 involved. To give you an idea, if a bottle of 9.97 rupees were purchased by from these companies, it was sold for 80 rupees as early as 2014, which was a petition filed by the Golden Wax company itself, for which Wilson appeared as the counsel. That means it is almost 7 times more the price of purchase price versus the selling price. So the equivalent amount of money for 50% of the bottles going out, all the money went into the pockets of DMK guys. Now we are talking about 4,827, 28, whatever the number. Now look at the figure. It is 20 bars or 20 TASMAC shops for every single constituency 234 and 21, so to say. So these monies were getting distributed from among, number one, the first family, that is Stalin family. Number two, from among the DMK cadres. Number three, with the DMK bosses who are running the TASMAC, the distilleries and the breweries. So the loot is not just limited to 45,000 crores per annum, but times four, because as early as 2021, Mr. PTR Painivel Tyagarajan had considered that there is 20,000 crores of money getting rotated, black money,
Right.
what was supposed to be the purpose of the
So you are saying that the scam is far bigger than what it actually seems right now.
I have one final summary to talk about the gentleman whom I know for a long time. We were all colleagues once upon a time in BJP. But he has all of a sudden become
Sir, it's okay. People can have differing views and they can also have their points. So that doesn't matter. But please answer his allegation.
He is indeed a spokesperson of DMK. That's the point I'm trying to drive. He is indeed a spokesperson of DMK. That's the point I'm trying. Thank you.
Right. Mr. Ramasubramaniam,
Mr. Kalyan Raman has mentioned so many details to corroborate his contention that there is a scam. But as if he is a person to have investigated the whole issue he is talking. What are all the basis on which he is reeling out so much of information? Even I have seen the Enforcement Directorate note, which is of 2 pages, and it doesn't give any detail, except that there is a scam, maybe to the tune of about 1,000 crores. But as he mentioned, let me.
Okay, let him speak and then you please counter. Yeah, please. Yeah.
My dear Kalyan Raman, please wait a minute.
Yeah, fantastic.
So these are all the figures that reeled off by Mr. Kalyan Raman, and even ED has not mentioned anything about what he says. So it is out of imagination. He is also a lawyer, I know. All these things will not stand the scrutiny of law. It will never stand in the court of law. On what basis these are all the details which he is claiming to be the scam amount? 20,000 crores. It is mind-boggling. This has become the regular feature of BJP to throw a big amount as a scam amount and make it as if a very huge fraud has taken place. In fact, there is no mention about it. I have mentioned very clearly that this so-called FIRs have been filed between 2016 and 2021. And arising from that, some investigation is going on. And
sir, there are two.
Mr.
Ramasubramaniam.
That's all.
Mr. Ramasubramaniam, there are 2 POPs. One is the process of prosecution, and then the other one is the politics of perception. Now, the point is that the ruling disposition has to pass both the tests.
Yes.
If it passes the process of prosecution, that means they will come clean as far as the court of law. But if they don't pass the politics of perception or the politics of the people's perception, then they will lose the elections. From point is, one of the biggest allegations is that at the TASMAC shops, people are buying liquor somewhere between 10 to 20 rupees above the MRP. Now the common Tamara who's going to that TASMAC shop, if he or she knows about this and they realize that this is the loot that is happening and that they have had enough of it, then it's going to have a huge issue. This profiting over someone's tipple and their hard-earned money, and at the end of the day to have that one small drink, that if it goes into their head that politicians have profited out of this, and through the time of COVID also they have done it, if this goes down on ground, then it's a problem for the DMK. I hope you understand, you will appreciate that, Mr. Ramasubramaniam. But then this BJP inflating these numbers, and ED gets active 8-9 months before elections. This is an allegation against the BJP and the ED. Mr. Kalyan Raman.
Absolutely. See, can you say that this has been...
let Mr. Kalyan Raman speak. Ramasubramaniam ji, please.
I said about what the ED has made as an observation. They were just 2-page observations. which
My
are
dear
not complete.
Kalyan Raman,
The
it is the question
investigation is still
addressed
No,
to me.
Mr.
Maybe
Ramasubramaniam, you did not like him interrupting you. Please don't heckle him. Please don't speak over him. Let him speak. It is his time.
Let
Yeah.
him- Yes,
Thank you.
let him go ahead. Let
Thank
him
you.
go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, Mr.
So,
Yes, Mr.
thank
Kalyan.
you so much. See, the point is simple. Either he has to rely upon ED's document, that is just 2 pages, and concede that there was fraudulence by the DMK, or he has to say that whatever the further allegations being made, they can be denied on certain grounds. Now, it is their own minister who said that not today, 2021, 20,000 crores are being circulated away from the system. Not black money, but away from the system. He essentially meant the TASMAC. Who said that? None other than the Minister of DMK. If it is 2021, 20,000 crores, as computed by the then Finance Minister himself, today, having inflated the figure, that is 3 times they increased the price of the TASMAC by January 2021, September 21, and again January 2024. So they kept increasing the price of TASMAC and also they kept charging more and more. Earlier it was 10 rupees, today we are talking about 30 rupees. All these money where they were going, they were getting distributed for the election funds. They were building a basket, election baskets by illegal means.
Well, my point, the burden of proof, Mr. Kalyan Raman, I have to wind up, but the burden of proof lies on the prosecution. Oftentimes, the ED has whipped up charges, but it's failed to prove it in the court of law. They have arrested people, but some have come back and lost elections, some have come back and won elections. But for the BJP, if it is taking the moral high ground on this, the challenge is for you to go and make the people understand if there has been aji-baji and if netas have profited on this entire thing and it's been off the take. If there is 10 rupees, 20 rupees above the MRP and that's become the norm there, that means money is being siphoned. There are people who have hands on the till. The people, Tamil people, if they understand this, there is a problem for the DMK. And Mr. Ramasubramanian, the burden of proof lies on the prosecution. But the issue of perception, that is something that the DMK is dealing with. Was delimitation and third language whipped up because of TASMAC? And there is also sand mining and land mines, this one coming through. That is also going to come through very soon. We've got those details also in the coming days. So is it to battle that perception, that negative perception that this emotional frenzy was being whipped up? I'm just turning the argument on its head. We'll leave it on that. Viewers, do think about it. We'll come back with more. There are more details on what's happening in Tamil Nadu, management, mismanagement, governance, misgovernance. We'll leave that for you to decide, but the details are quite startling in the coming days here on The Right Stand. But for the moment, winding up. Thank you for watching.
Gopal